Today we are going to do an important experiment known as simple pendulum. Simple pendulum basically consisting of a bob, a steel bob, and which is suspended from a support with the help of a string. So, with the help of simple pendulum, we can find the time period, the natural frequency of the simple pendulum. So, first of all, let us understand what is meant by time period. Time period is the time taken to complete one oscillation. Now, here it is difficult to find out the time period for one oscillation. Instead, we are going to find out the time period for 10 oscillations. Accordingly, we are going to find out the time period for one oscillation. So that means the main aim of this simple pendulum is to find out time period and natural frequency of simple pendulum. So first of all, this simple pendulum and compound pendulum, they follow simple harmonic motion. So what is a simple harmonic motion? The motion of the object which is moving in a straight line path, which is known as a simple harmonic motion. Now, in order to do this experiment, we need a bob which is having certain mass and which is having certain diameter, and initially we need to measure the radius of the bob and this particular length, and from this thread, the length of the thread we need to measure, and we need to take an appropriate length of the thread, and appropriate length of the thread can be taken, and the length of the simple pendulum is defined as it is the distance from the point of suspension to the center of the bob. So what is meant by length of the pendulum? The length of the pendulum is nothing but it is the distance from point of suspension to the center of the bob is known as length of the pendulum. Now, for different lengths of the pendulum, we are going to find out actual time period and theoretical time period. So what is meant by actual time period? Time taken to complete one oscillation is known as actual time period. And how do we calculate the theoretical time period? Theoretical time period is by using the formula. So what is the formula? Time period T is equal to 2 pi root L by G. So to carry out this particular experiment, we need a simple pendulum which is consisting of a bob which is suspended from a support, and we need to have a stopwatch to measure the time taken to complete some n number of oscillations. Here we are going to take time for 10 oscillations, and also we have a meter scale. So this is a meter scale. So with the help of meter scale, we can measure the length of the pendulum. Now I am going to take the length of the pendulum. See, I am going to take the length of the pendulum as, so here I am going to take the length of the pendulum as, so it is 72. Let me take it as 60. Let me make it 60. So for 60 centimeter length of the pendulum, 68. Yes. Now, so that means the length of the pendulum is nothing but length of the is the distance from the point of suspension to the center of the bob, which is known as the length of the pendulum. Now, approximately I have taken 60 centimeter length. Now, in order to see here, what is it we are going to do here? We are going to find out the actual time period and theoretical time period. Theoretical time period is based on the formula which is T is equal to 2 pi root L by G. The actual time period is from the experiment that we are going to find out. First of all, what is it we have to do? We need to give some excitation and we need to give some oscillations like this. So that means we have to make it to some extreme end. We have to bring this pendulum to one extreme end, and we have to release from there, and we need to measure the time for one oscillation. So what is meant by oscillation? Oscillation is nothing but one to and fro motion constitutes one oscillation. So that means if I release from here and I need to get the bob till this point, at this particular point. So that means this completes one oscillation. That means this is to motion and this fro motion, and this forward motion and one backward motion. So that means one forward and one backward motion put together is known as one oscillation. So here we are supposed to find out the time for one oscillation. One to and fro motion constitute one oscillation. So here, since it is very difficult to find out the time for one oscillation, we are going to find out the time for 10 oscillations, and afterwards we are going to calculate the time for one oscillations. This is what we are going to find out. Now, first of all, for 60 centimeter length, we are going to see Initially, I have taken the length of the pendulum as 60 centimeter. Afterwards, I am going to give some excitation. So let us see this. Let us count the. Let us count this. Yes. Here it is at 0 level. Time period is at 0 level. Stopwatch is at 0 level, and it is set to 0. And I am going to release 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What's the time period we got? 15.5. We got time period as 15.5. Now we got the time period. So initially the length, come here. Initially the length of the pendulum is 60, and number of oscillations is 10. And time for n oscillations is, here I am taking 10 oscillations. 10 oscillations, I am going to get 15. 15 seconds is the, now experimental time period is nothing but, so 15 seconds is the time period for 10 oscillations. Now what is the time period for 1 oscillations? Since for 10 oscillations the time period is 15. For 1 oscillations the time period is 1.5 second. Now theoretical value we need to calculate, so that can be done afterwards. Now next time what we have to do, we need to take a second reading with reduced length. So how to take the reduced length? Simple. So earlier it was 60. Now I can make it this to 55. I am going to make this to 55. Let me check it whether it is 55 or not. Whether this is 55 or not. Let me check it. Yes, exactly 55, 56. Now the length of the pendulum is 55 centimeter. So what is meant by length of the pendulum? The length of the pendulum is the distance from the point of suspension to the center of the bob is known as the length of the pendulum. Now, if this for the second reading, what is that I am going to do? I am going to reset the stopwatch. I am going to reset the stopwatch to 0, and I am going to start again. I am going to give the excitation. Just a minute. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we got 14.5. We got the reading as 14.5. Yes. For 55 centimeter length, for 10 oscillations, I got 14.5 seconds. So for 1 oscillation it is 1.45 seconds. Similarly, we can carry out the third reading with 50 centimeter length. So number of oscillations will be remaining same, 10. And time for n oscillations we need to find out. So for 10 oscillations, when the length is 50 centimeter, we need to find out the time for n oscillations, 10 oscillations. So we need to measure this first. Now we can reduce the length. As the length is reduced, the time period is also going to be reduced. Yes. We are supposed to do it at 50, right? Make sure that we are going to take it the length as 50. Yes, 50. Approximately we go 50. Now, next what we have to do? Yes. Now, the length of the pendulum I have taken is 50 centimeter. Now I am going to give the excitation. Once the excitation is given, we need to start the stopwatch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Exactly 14.5. Now, the time we got is, the time for 10 oscillations is 14.5 or 14 approximately. 14 seconds we got. So 1.4 seconds. Time for 1 oscillations. Now we can do the calculations part now. Okay? We can do the calculations.
మళ్ళీ ఆన్ అన్నప్పుడు మళ్ళీ ఇది నొక్కు.
Are you sure? Now we can do the calculations. Do the calculations. So far, so now, we got time period for 1 oscillations experimentally. We need to find out the time period of oscillations first theoretically. Now that means for first reading, for reading 1, time period t is equal to 2 pi root L by G. So what is length of the pendulum? 60 centimeter, 0.6 meter. G is 9.81. So T is equal to, we are getting 1.55 second. Time period T as 1.55 second. The reading 1. Similarly, for reading 2, time period T is equal to 2 pi root L by G. 2 pi root. Length of the pendulum is 55 means 0.55 meter. 9.81. T is equal to 1.48 second. Similarly, for third reading, reading 3, time period T is equal to 2 pi root. What is the length of the pendulum? 50 centimeter, 0.5 divided by 9.8. We are getting 1.4. So that means for 3 different readings, we are getting time period, theoretically and experimentally. For the first reading, I got 1.55. For second reading, I got 1.4548. For third reading, I got 1.41. That means for 3 different readings, for the first reading, the actual value time period is 1.5, theoretical value is 1.55. For second reading, actual value is 1.45 second, theoretical value is 1.48, and for third reading, actual value is 1.4, theoretical value is 1.41. So with this, the experiment is complete.